Ready?
All right, welcome everybody. This is Rophilius, I'm your Saverman. As you can see, this Pecha presentation is about the inefficiency of development aid, and we would like you to pay very close attention because you need to be aware of the huge problem we face at the moment. Do you all remember the earthquake in 2010 that struck Haiti? I think you do, right? Keep in mind that over roughly $3 billion was collected to donate to Haiti. But what percentage of this amount actually reached the Haitian government 2 years after the disaster? What do you think? What percentage? 30%? No, it's less. It's even less than 1%. The movie in the next slide will give an illustration about what happened to the collected funds. Oh.
Well, that's fantastic. A really smart decision, young man. We can put that check in a money market mutual fund. Then we'll reinvest the earnings into foreign currency accounts with compounding interest, and it's gone.
Well, that's what happened. The money, most of the money is gone or went back to governmental organizations.
Well, one of the biggest problems in Africa nowadays is the fact there is an unfair trade. Western governments subsidize their own farmers, so they can mass produce their own food, putting African farmers out of work because they can't compete with the low prices, and eventually they become dependent of our aid. So that's basically a cyclus. The second thing is there's a lack of small capital injects, also called microcredits. We should provide local African farmers with small capital injects so they can build their own firms and houses, and later on they can redeem their debts. Another fact is that they have a lot of debts. Africa has a lot of debts. Therefore, they are unable to build an economy or infrastructure. And this theory actually says we should give them a clean sheet, so relieve them of all their debts. And the last theory is about the fact there's a lot of diseases and civil wars. So Africa and third world countries cannot build their own working population, and therefore they cannot have not a working economy. And diseases such as HIV and malaria are really something they are haunted with. Well, to summarize, we have several theories with different approaches, and they're all made by these stubborn economists who think, well, our idea is the best, you should listen to my idea, I have a solution. But our question is there really one single solution for an entire continent? And well, the answer is no. We speak of a failure through generalization. Africa is seen as a whole continent with one problem and one solution, while they're disrespecting each problem a country faces. And we think we should split up the countries and categorize them.
Yeah, and that's what we did. That's our approach, our solution to the problem. We distinguished four categories. First one is the corrupt country, second one is the developing country, then we have the sick country and the dead-end country. I will start with the corrupt country, what it means. Basically, the corrupt country is a country with a corrupt government. And because of that, the money that is going there is not spent the way it should be. The solution here is set up a stable and democratic government, preferably by Western standards. The second thing, the developing country, well, they have chances to develop, but they are facing the problem we mentioned before, the unfair trade between European farmers and local farmers. So if we want to help them, we should cut the subsidiaries to our own farmers, so the local farmers in Africa can build up their own economy. Then we got the sick country, which suffers from HIV and AIDS and civil wars. Well, in here the solution is that we need to help them by providing shelter, providing medication and supplies. Afterwards they can build up an economy. And at last we have the dead-end country, which is a country that has almost no perspective. It has no raw materials to to sell. And the only solution we could think of is trying to set up an economy based on services, but since there is not much in the country, that will be very hard as well. Summarizing, the current system is not working because of the failure through generalization. Therefore, we came up with a solution to categorize countries into different categories. By doing this, we can offer a specific solution for each country.
And currently on Facebook we see pictures like these. People are actually thinking if they like this, they give $1 to these poor African children. Well, in fact you're not helping them. And we think people have no idea whatsoever what the situation there is. And those children are left with a plate of likes. Although we think social media and especially Facebook is a great way to build a huge community. Examples are the revolutions in Egypt, the riots in London, and of course our own famous project Xhare. And we would like to start the same thing, and we actually already made a Facebook page. And we would like to raise awareness that development aid is not working at the moment. And we think you guys know, so you should spread the word, get your cell phones out, go to Twitter, Facebook, whatever, think of your own hashtags and spread the word. And the last thing is, yeah, we want you to support us, and eventually we have the support of the media, and we should put these non-governmental organizations under pressure. We should look after our money because the way it is going now is not working. Well, that's the end. Thank you for your time.
Maar die van ons zit volgens mij nog op je mail. En ik zag hem niet ertussen staan.
Ja. Dankjewel. Het filmpje is zo hard dat het vreselijk even stil was. Ja. Is een presentatie dus.
Nee, hij staat er helemaal niet tussen. Hij staat ook nog op je mail. Ja, op je haren, op HVA-mail. Hij staat op allebei.
Er zullen zo weinig zijn.
Ik zag hem wel staan. Schootjes, die derde.
Staat er wel.
Nee, die laatste.
Toch? Wow.
Ja, 0,4%. Dus,
ja.